Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss on a topic online content regulation. Why in news? Recently, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting (MIB) has recently banned several OTT platforms for streaming obscene content. OTT stands for over the top. You're all Netflix, Hotstar, these all are OTT platforms, right? More on news is that they were banned under Information Technology Act 2000 and Information Technology Act Intermediary Guidelines and Ethical Code 2021. More is that in Supreme Court in Ranjit Udveshi versus State of Maharashtra in 1965 defined obscenity as a reasonable restriction from any freedom of speech, Article 19. Uh, Fine. Why do we need regulated content? Why is the need? So the need is for mainly societal reach and influence. More than 950 million people having access over internet. It is important to control the online content to not to create divisions within the society, right? Second is curbing violence and violent behavior. A 2010 study says that all the pornography videos contain 90% of physical aggression. Third is protecting the vulnerable groups. First is children. Early exposure to explicit content may distort their understanding of healthy relationships and sexuality. Second, women. Streaming or obscene online content may perpetuate gender inequality, objectify women, and normalize domestic violence over women. Third is minority. Online hate speeches may fuel against these minority groups and endangering minority, right? Next is ethical imperative. Online obscene dissemination of these content may alter societal norms, values, and institutions of families. For example, a societal harm example is like Bully by App incident, where images of women were auctioned online. J.S. Mill's harm principle states that there may be, he permits limiting individual liberty when it causes harm to any individual or societal well being. Next is we are going to talk is humans as being content that reduces people to objects of sexual interest are just totally opposite to categorical imperative of Kant, which states against using humanity as a means to an end. Next is unequal impact. According to Indian Policy Foundation, lower income people with low digital literacy are more exposed to obscene content. All right. Now we are going to discuss about regulatory measures for regulating obscene online content. First is IT Rules 2000. This includes Section 67 and Section 67A, which deals with publication and transmission of data of any obscene online content in electronic form. Section 69A states empowers the central government to direct blocking of public access of information on any specific grounds. Section 79 grants a safe harbor to protection to intermediaries like OTT platforms from liability of any third party content. But if they fail to do so, the government may remove the protection if they fail to remove any obscene content upon receiving the notification from the government. Next is Section 294 of BNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Sahita. It defines obscenity, criminalizes dissemination, and of all the materials included in electronic form. Next is POSCO Act. POSCO Act stands for Protection of Children from Sexual Offences. This made sale and distribution of children pornography illegal. Next is Indecent Representation of Women. Act 1986 prohibits the publication and distribution of materials containing indecent representations of women. Next is ID Rules 2000 and MIghty. MIghty? What's MIghty? MIghty stands for Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So it places digital news media and all the OTT platforms under Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Now we are done with regulatory rules. Now we'll start what are the challenges in regulating content. Challenges are regulatory challenges, technical challenges, and creative freedom. Starting with regulatory challenges, first is regulatory overlap. So, as you know, the division of responsibilities between MIT and MIB. MIT, which frame IT rules, and MIB, which oversees the content. This may have coordination challenges, right? Second is subjectivity in definition. For example, obscenity can be interpreted differently by different people, which may create or which may lead to any kind of arbitrary actions from the government. Next, we are going to talk is technological challenges. So, end-to-end encryption and private networks features allow the spread of obscene content without any scrutiny. Social media algorithm trap feedback users in a feedback loop. That is, accidental exposure to suggestive measures may trigger obscene content and recommendations as well. Next is virtual private network (VPN), enable users to bypass the regulatory oversight and allowing access to prohibited websites and content. Third is creative freedom. So bans and regulations on these streaming or online content may stifle means to suffocate creative freedom and infringe means violate or infringe the constitutional right, that is right to freedom of speech and article and expression, article 19(1)(a). For example, ban on films such as Fire, that was about homosexuality, right? Now, what are the way aheads? Way aheads are like multi stakeholder consultations, such as with digital platforms or content creators. We can ask them to strike a balance between freedom of speech and social sensitivities. Use of technology, tools such as automated profanity filters, AI powered content analyzers, and user report driven content scanners may be used by OTT platforms to filter obscene content. Next is strengthening self regulation, empowering industries self regulating bodies to develop and enforce content regulation may reduce government intervention. Learning from best practices. European Union Audiovisual Media Services Directive extends the traditional broadcast standards to digital platforms to have a control over obscene content by General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR). Okay, that's all from my side, and I hope you understand this online content regulation topic. It was quite good and understandable. Okay, thank you.